This is Providence Television International, the game changer.
Welcome to the Week in Review on Providence Television International. I am Ubebo Ikekwa. The federal government on Friday disclosed that its partnership with Google is set to transform Nigeria into a global technology hub. The Director General, National Information Technology Development Agency, Mr. Enowa Kashifu, stated that the partnership is focused on infrastructure development, scaling of citizens, artificial intelligence innovation, cloud adoption, and investment framework. He further disclosed that the partnership will power Nigeria's digital transformation. Following the increase in the number of deaths resulting from petrol tanker accidents, which has led to the death of 493 persons in 3 years, the federal government, through the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, has stated that it may impose a ban on trucks with 60,000-litre capacity, preventing them from operating on highways. In a proposal to stakeholders, it wants tankers restricted to a maximum of 45,000 litres. The ban is part of a potential recommendation aimed at reducing deaths from petroleum tanker accidents to the barest minimum. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Karam Travels Limited, a reputable IATA-approved Nigerian travel agency, Mr. Paul Omokaro, has expressed gratitude to the customers, partners, and team members of the organization for their immense contribution to the development of the company. The CEO made this known while reflecting on the company's significant contributions to Nigeria's socio-economic development as it celebrates 15 years of excellence. Mr. Omokaro noted that Karam Travels Limited has generated employment opportunities, stimulated economic activity, while attracting foreign exchange through the tourism industry. He stressed the need for private-owned organizations to rigorously engage in capacity building, stating that Karam Travels Limited invests in capacity building initiatives which enhance the skills of Nigerian travel professionals. Mr. Omokaro reassured customers and partners that Karam Travels Limited will continue to deliver exceptional travel experiences. The Minister for Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has urged all radio stations in Nigeria to use their platforms to create awareness about climate change and its impact on the country. He stated this on Thursday in commemoration of the World Radio Day. He challenged radio stations to collaborate with other organizations and experts in the field of climate change to provide accurate and reliable information to listeners through interviews with scientists, environmentalists, and policymakers to enhance understanding the issue and finding sustainable solutions in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The House of Representatives has asked the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, and the Nigerian Telecommunications Commission, NCC, to suspend the hike in telecommunications tariffs until their services improve. The position of the House followed the adoption of a motion of urgent public importance moved by the member representing Yenogwa, Kolokuma, and Okpokuma Federal Constituency of Bayelsa State, Honorable Obuku Ofoji. Honorable Ofoji expressed concern that the far-reaching effects of the hike in telecommunication tariffs would deepen financial struggles for the average Nigerian. Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpewolo on Wednesday stated that the siting of the Federal University of Sports in Edo State will provide a platform for cutting-edge research, innovation, and development of highly skilled graduates who will contribute meaningfully to society. While commending President Bola Tinubu for signing into law the bill establishing the university, Governor Okpewolo expressed confidence that the institution will quickly become a center of academic excellence, attracting students and scholars from across the country and beyond. He reiterated his administration's commitment to collaborate with the federal government to ensure the smooth takeoff and sustainable growth of the new university. The National Agency for Food, Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, on Tuesday sealed the popular Idumota drugs market in Lagos as part of its nationwide operation to combat the distribution of counterfeit medicines across the country. The operation, which involved military personnel, the police, and representatives from the Pharmacy Council of Nigeria, targeted the substantial stock of counterfeit and unapproved medical products flooding the Nigerian market. The Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Christiana Adeyeye, disclosed that the essence of the operation is to remove harmful medical products and protect consumers from potentially deadly treatments. The nationwide operation led to two other major open drug markets at Bridgehead, Onitsha, and Ariaria in Aba being sealed. Edo State Chairman of the Association of Nigerian Private Medical Practitioners, Dr. Godfrey Mwetian, has called on residents in the state to join in the campaign against quackery. Dr. Mwetian, who is also the Chief Medical Director, Bethel Faith Medical Center, Benin City, noted that the practice where quacks are patronized instead of qualified medical personnel should be vigorously discouraged. Highlighting the dangers associated with the patronage of quacks, Dr. Mwetian stated that certified medical practitioners are quite knowledgeable in the provision of quality health care and urged the public to desist from patronizing unauthorized patent medicine store dealers who masquerade as doctors.
Not only that, you are aware that the economy is also biting hard. And that is what is promoting quackery.
That is true. That's true.
If the people cannot afford to come to even take a transport to the primary health care or even the hospital where they are supposed to, where there is a practitioner, and they quickly run to one quack somewhere. We have set up one small shop. We are beginning to see even people who are not trained at all setting up small clinic, get one small nurse, and they are giving injections somewhere, and they call themselves hospitals.
And sometimes this leads to fatalities.
Yes, apart from fatality, let's give an instance. There was a time there was one doctor in Abudo who was posing as a doctor. He wasn't a doctor. Whether he has worked as an auxiliary nurse somewhere, and he was operating and doing CS for people.
CS?
Yes. And when we try to invade the place, and the community said, no, this is our doctor. It belongs to some of these secret cult groups, and so they protected him. And until about 13 pregnant women died, and then the ministry waded in, and the man ran away. It was only.
Media entrepreneur and veteran broadcaster Dr. Emmanuel Egariba has expressed optimism as regards Edo State Police Command's efforts to get rid of criminal elements in the state. Dr. Egariba disclosed this during an interview session on the program Issues in the News on Providence Television International. He commended the commitment and courage of the new Commissioner of Police Edo State Command, Betty Otimein, in ensuring that crime is brought to the barest minimum in Edo State. Lauding the Commissioner's efforts in combating crime, Dr. Egariba stated that adherence to the principles of human rights by operatives of the State Command is a welcome development. Do you think that we're going to see a change in the principles of bail as it is now?
Yeah, it depends on the DPOs. Actually, there are three people, as I've been told, there are three people who hold key positions in the entire Nigeria Police that you cannot wish away. The DPO, the Commissioner of Police, and the Inspector General of Police. These are the three people who hold the strands. Now, the DPOs have a lot of duties in this direction. They can do well to tutor the officers and men under their authority. Okay? So I expect that the Commissioner of Police should hold the DPOs to ransom. Okay. They are not doing the right thing. There should be no extortion, really, because that has given us a bad name. Even internationally. Can't you see the police in other parts of the world? Yes, they don't extort, They even ask you questions, very intelligent questions, even when you have the inclination to do certain awkward things. They put you on the spot. And I think that this has to do with training. I will plead with the Commissioner of Police to go into training and retraining of his officers on a fairly regular basis, because that's what they need primarily. All right? They need to be trained effectively in dealing with members of the public, because the police must be seen as a friend and not an enemy. Okay, so
On the 27th of January 2025, CP Betty Otimayin resumed duty in the state capital as the first female commissioner of police in Edo State. The executive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, has defended the commission's ongoing crackdown on internet fraudsters, popularly known as Yahoo Boys. Speaking on Thursday at the EFCC corporate headquarters in Abuja, the EFCC boss noted that the activities of internet fraudsters have evolved beyond online scams, warning that they are now involved in more dangerous crimes such as kidnapping, ritual killings, and arms trafficking. The EFCC chairman urged the media to play a more active role in shaping public perception of the commission's work, advocating investigative journalism that highlights both corruption and the agency's achievements. And to sports. 7-time champions Nigeria will battle with Egypt, South Africa and Morocco in Group B of the 2025 Under-20 African Cup of Nations, scheduled for Ivory Coast between April 26 and May 18 this year. The draw for the tournament was made at the CAF headquarters in Cairo, Egypt on Thursday. It is the second consecutive time Nigeria will be in the same group as Egypt in the competition. The Flying Eagles beat the Young Pharaohs of Egypt, who were also hosts of the last edition, 1-0 in a group phase match in 2023. Nigeria finished third place in that competition 2 years ago. Atletico Madrid are considering a move for Nigeria international Ademola Lookman as one of the possible replacements for French star Antoine Griezmann. The reigning African Player of the Year has been a subject of transfer speculation following his remarkable form since joining Atlanta for €10 million in 2022. Lookman was heavily linked with several top European clubs during the summer transfer window, including Paris Saint-Germain. Atlanta, however, managed to keep hold of their star player, but the Super Eagles forward continues to attract interest from European clubs. Bendel Insurance on Wednesday defeated visiting Eyimba International Football Club of Aba 1-0 in a rescheduled Week 20 Nigeria Premier Football League game played at the Samuel Ogbemudia Stadium. The lone goal was scored in the 55th minute by Kayode Oke, who deflected the shot from Nnamdi Anthony into the net of the visitors. In what was a keenly contested match between the two teams, Insurance did enough to take all 3 points. Nigeria's table tennis sensation Matthew Kuti has been selected by the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation to make his debut at the 2025 African Cup, which will be played from February 25th to 27th, 2025 in Tunisia. Kuti will join a star-studded cast for the tournament, which will also feature the likes of Kadri Aruna, Omar Asa, and Dina Meshref. Since making his senior debut at the 2023 African Games in Accra, Ghana, Kuti has remained an integral member of the Nigeria men's national tennis team. He featured in the 2024 and 2025 African Championships in Tunis and Addis Ababa, where he earned a silver medal. A prominent leader of Afenifere, the Pan-Yoruba Sociocultural Organization, Pa Ayo Adebanjo, has died at the age of 96. He passed away peacefully on the morning of Friday, February 14, 2025, at his residence in Lekki, Lagos State. Pa Adebanjo, a distinguished lawyer, former organizing secretary of the Action Group, and the national leader of the Yoruba Sociocultural Group, Afenifere, will be remembered for his commitment to the fight for truth, justice, and equity. His belief and struggle for a truly independent and progressive Nigeria was total. He survived by his 94-year-old wife, Chief Christy Ayo Adebanjo, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. Details of the funeral arrangements will be announced in due course. The remains of Very Reverend Father Professor Cosmos Ojeme was on Tuesday, February 11, 2025, laid to rest at the hallowed grounds of Brother Roman Center, Ekpoma. The Diocese of Uromi gathered in solemn grandeur to bid farewell to the late Very Reverend Father Professor Ojeme from the early hours of Tuesday morning, with mourners, clergy, and laity alike paying their final respects. He will be remembered for his profound service to humanity, his intellectual capacity, and respect for the sanctity of life. He is the 21st priest to be laid to rest at the hallowed grounds of the Brother Roman Center. 15 of his 45 years as a priest was spent at the Catholic Institute of West Africa, where he rose to become professor of canon law. Very Reverend Father Professor Ojeme passed on the 31st of January 2025. The management and staff of Providence Television International wish him a sweet repose in the Lord's kingdom. The media family in Edo State have been thrown into mourning following the death of one of its own, Phil Obano. She was the immediate past zonal director of NTA Benin Network Center, an astute broadcaster who will be remembered for her articulate presentation of the news. Phil Obano, a staunch member of the Catholic Media Practitioners Association, Archdiocese of Benin City, was very committed to the growth of media apostolate and communication in general. She survived by an aged mother, children, and siblings. The management and staff of Providence Television wish her a sweet repose in the Lord's kingdom. And now to the exchange rate for today, 15th February 2025. $1, its equivalent in Naira as of today is 1,536 Naira. €1 stands at 1,612 Naira, while the British pound, its equivalent in Naira for today is 1,934 Naira, and the Canadian dollar presently stands at 183 Naira to a Canadian dollar. And that is the news, the week in review on Providence Television International. Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned.